Hey guys, welcome to this week's edition of Adapting the Outdoors. Weather hasn't really been the greatest the last couple days. I tried to go fishing on Monday afternoon, or Monday morning, and it really wasn't good at all. It was actually very windy, and only lasted about 45 minutes out, so we decided to come back in and just scrap it for the day. But I decided, rather than get nothing accomplished this week, I would do a couple of videos just basically explaining what gear I use and show you some different jigs and stuff like that. The fishing pole that I'm holding here in my hand is actually an extremely old one. It was my grandfather's back in the late 70s, early 80s. It is a Shakespeare graphite rod. It's 5.5 foot long, medium action, and the recommendation that it says to use is 6 to 12 pound test line. And this is a Johnson Scorpion reel. Now, if you look right there, it's got duct tape on it. That's because underneath this is a cork hand grip, and I have a severe allergy to latex, and one of the things that latex is found in is cork. And so I don't know if this was already done. I can't remember if this was already done for me this way, or if I had just used it in the past and they decided to put tape on it just to be safe. But I am running, I would say that's an 1.25 inch red and white bobber with just a simple split shot hooked onto it, and then your simple panfish hook. Now, I know that this is not the suggested test pound line. I think I'm running about a 4 pound test line, but I'm not exactly sure. I haven't restrung this yet. But I'm thinking it's about time, because my reel here is deciding to start jamming up. So I probably need to take it apart and clean it. Behind me here I have several other rods. I've got another closed-faced reel. This is, see if it even says. It doesn't even say on the rod. Oh, yes it does. It's right here. Keep it out of the fan. It's a graphite rod, I can tell you that. I don't know what brand it is, though, because it's starting to rub off the thing here. And it is a Daiwa reel, 108S series. Apollo cast, and it also recommends 6 to 12 pound test line. And again, I have no idea what I'm running on it, because I haven't restrung any of my poles. Again, we have this simple 1.25 inch bobber and just a simple panfish hook. For some reason on this one I don't have a split shot. I don't know if I just didn't put one on or if it came off, but it doesn't have one on it. We'll have to edit that part out. I have back here, it's a Zebco RT series open-faced reel. I got this probably, it's probably been 3 or 4 years. I got it for Christmas one year. Like I said, it's the Zebco RT series. It's not currently strung. This one I like to use for bass fishing, because it's a nice light rod, but it can take a beating, that's for sure. The biggest fish I've ever caught on this one's about a 5 pound catfish. But unless I'm jigging, using a jig, I will probably just restring this one with a simple panfish hook or with a bigger bass hook. But more than likely, I'll definitely be putting on a bobber, because that's about the only way that I like to go fishing. But I do fish other ways, like with different jigs, which, by the way, if you stay tuned, that'll be coming up in our next segment. Welcome back to segment 2 of Adapting the Outdoors. In this segment, I'm going to show you several things. First off, I'm going to begin with showing you how to re-hook and re-rig an open-face fishing pole. First thing you want to do is flip your spool into the open position and take off, unravel enough string to go the entire length of your pole. Now, I usually take off anywhere between 8 and 10 spins of the reel. After I've got the amount of string that I want, I flip the spool back into the on position, or the closed position. And there's this little guide right here that you should put your string in, and it helps it spin on the rod. Now what you do is you find your loose end, and you very carefully begin to spin it and thread it through each of these eye hole things, each of the eyelets. If you have good eyesight, this shouldn't take you very long at all. If you have terrible eyesight, such as myself, you could be at it all afternoon. But I think we got it under control here. Now, I cannot stress this enough. When you go to re-string your line, make sure that your line is not raveled around the pole. And let me show you why. Because when you go to re-hook it, after you've re-hooked it, when you go to cast it, it's twisted around the pole right there. And all that's going to do, if you fling it hard enough, it's going to snap your line and you're going to lose your hook. So always be positively sure that you're not raveled around your end of your pole. Now once you have it threaded through that last eye there, you string it through your fingers, find the very tip of it. I like to clench it in my teeth so that I have both hands free. And you probably will drop it a couple times, but that's okay. So I put it in my teeth, and I take my hook. It's a simple panfish hook. You find that very end of the line, you string it through the hook right there. And what I like to do, you make sure that you have the line clenched between your middle finger and your ring finger, and you have the loose end between your index finger and your thumb. And what I do is I give it 6, 7, sometimes 8 twists, just to make it tangle around itself a little bit, to ensure that you're not going to lose your hook. And then, what I do, I take the loose end of the line, and feed it back through that little bitty loop. It's made in the line right there. And you pull it tight. Then I break off the excess bit of string in there, and you're good to go. You got a hook. The next thing I will do, I will take my split shots. These are water gremlin removable split shots. They are the size 4. It doesn't actually give a weight. And what I'll do is I'll take it, and like I said, they're removable, so if you decide that you don't want this big honking split shot on your line, you can easily switch it with a smaller one. All you do, take it in your teeth, you pinch the one end so that it opens up like that. And I put it about 6 inches below my hook, or above my hook. And I pinch it closed, or I bite it closed with my teeth. So there you have, if I can get it untangled, a hook and a split shot. Now when I'm out at the lake, I'll fish anywhere from 5 to 6 feet deep. So what I'll do, and that's dock fishing. I don't really go on a boat. I usually fish off the dock or off the shoreline. Next, what I'm going to show you is using an 1 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1 1/4 inch red and white bobber. I'm going to show you how to put it on your line. You depress this red tip there, push it in, and you ravel your line around that hook. I ravel it around it probably 4 or 5 times, just to make sure that it's not going to slip off. And I depress the red thing again, and I do the same thing to the other side. So there you have, probably about 4 foot deep. There's your line. Bobber, split shot, hook. Now what I'm going to show you is how to hook a minnow. I've probably got this set a little too far for setting up my bobber. Having all kinds of difficulties here. There we go. Now we're in business. Okay. Now I have some minnows from my fishing trip that I took the other day. Wasn't very productive at all. And next I'll show you guys how to hook that. So what I did is as I said, I have some minnows left over. And I'll just pick one up, roll up my sleeve so it doesn't end up smelling like fish. Come here, you. There we go. Now you can hook it in one of several places. You can either hook it in the lips, or you can hook it in the tail, or you can hook it in the side. Now, I'll tell you, 2 of the 3 are going to keep the fish alive, and that third one, not so much. So what I do is I hook it through the lips. And you simply, oh, he got off. Okay. And all you simply do, take the minnow, and you hook him through the lips, just like that. And he'll just swim around all day long. So, other than that, that about does it. Subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends. See you guys next week on Adapting the Outdoors.